Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? In today's video, it'll take the rotor and the knuckle off, and also we're going to be taking the upper control arm off. I'm going to be leaving the lower control arm on. So basically we're just taking the knuckle and the upper control arm off. And so far as I can tell, the tools you'll need will be big hammer, ratchet, pickle fork, ball joint pickle fork, a 12mm, 13mm, a 17mm socket. You'll probably need another socket for the ball joints because this one is for the tie rod. So I'm gonna say it'll probably be maybe a 3/4 for the ball joint. I don't know, I'll tell you later. You'll need a socket set, and you'll need the axle nut socket. I've got this. The socket that I need is a 1 3/8 that fits the axle nut. If you need another tool, I'll let you know further on in the video, but as of right now, these are the tools you'll need. Okay guys, you'll also need a jack to put underneath the lower arm, because once you take the knuckle off or take the ball joints loose and all that, the lower control arm is going to want to fall, and you don't want all that right now. But I've already got the caliper off. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the axle nut off, get the tie rod off, and then start working on getting the ball joints loose and all that, or get the knuckles out and all that. So I'll bring ends right back. I'm gonna get these pins out and I'll bring ends right back. Okay, so guys, we got all the clips out. There should be one in the axle, 2 in the tie rods, and 2 in the ball joint, or 1 in each ball joint, 1 in each end of the tie rods. Now I'm going to take the axle nut off. Okay. And once you get it loose, you can probably go ahead and pull it off with your fingers. It shouldn't be on there that tight. You might not even need that wrench. I did. You might be able to use a pair of channel locks or whatever you can use to get it off. That's off, and the washer. That's what you should get, a washer and a nut. Put those over there. Now I'm going to take the tie rod ends off. There's the castle nut for the tie rod end. That's that one. The ratchet. You will need a smaller ratchet for the inside one. Or maybe even a wrench. Yeah, you're going to need a wrench for the inside one. You can't get a socket on it. I'll be right back, guys. We're back. So the inside castle nut was not a 17. I ended up having to use a 3/4 wrench. It didn't fit it perfect, but it fit it enough to where I could get it loose. Now, if you guys have old tie rods, which these are brand new because I just put these on this side of the old frame before I started this project, you might not want to try using a 3/4, because I don't know if you guys can see that gap in between there. I mean, it fits it good enough, but it don't fit it perfect. So 3/4 will work. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this off with the pickle fork, and then I'll bring you guys back. Okay, for those of you that's never used a pickle fork, this is a tie rod pickle fork, and this is a ball joint pickle fork. You can see the difference. Okay, the tie rod pickle fork, you put it in there underneath the boot and just keep hitting it with the hammer until it pops out. Once it pops out, you're done, you're good to go. If you're taking off a new one, like I am, you want to try to not tear the boots. I accidentally tore this boot here a little bit, not too bad. It'll still work. But you really don't want to try to tear them boots. But if they're old, which probably 99% of the time they will be old if you're taking them off, then who cares about the boot? Because you're going to be replacing it anyway. But now we got to get this ball joint off. We got to get this nut here off and find out what size it is. I'm trying to think of which whip goes. It goes this way. So, okay. So it's not an actual 3/4, but 3/4 worked for mine. So you'll probably have to figure out what size it actually is. But you will have to use a wrench because as you can see, you can barely get in there. If I can even get the nut out. Okay. So again, like I said, it worked for me because these are brand new. So they wasn't really corroded on there. So now I can go ahead and take the bottom one off too, I guess. Now the bottom one does feel more like a 3/4. I think I'm turning it the wrong way. I'll bring you guys right back. Okay, so on the bottom one, on the bottom ball joint, I used the 3/4 on the ratchet. Come right off. So now what I'm going to do, very carefully, try to get this top ball joint pop loose. And there, that one popped loose. So we're going to have to use on the bottom one too. Okay, let me get this off and I'll bring you guys right back. We finally got it off. I had to beat on the bottom ball joint, so yes, that one was brand new when I first put it on there, which was like 6 months ago, and it never got drove on. But the threads ain't no good now, so It was the only way I could get it off. I couldn't get the pickle fork in there to get it off, so I had to beat it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top A-arm off, get this ball joint off of it. I want to clean this up, have new bushings put in it. I want to have new bushings put in the upper A-arm and the other one too, but I'm just showing you guys this side now. I want to have new bushings put in it. I'm putting new ball joints on it. I want to have this cleaned up and either painted or powder coated. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's how you get a knuckle off. I'm not going to show you guys the other side because it's pretty much the same way. And I hope you guys like the video. Thanks for watching. Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.